Alright, every summer I would go to Boston to visit my dad and my family for summer vacation, and when I go to Boston I'll see my family and we'll have fun, and I'll have, a good time over summer vacation, and then I either get in fights with my cousins or we're playing in the street, playing football or whatnot, and then I'll come back to California, and then I'll tell the rest of my family that lives out in California what I did over in Boston. And it brings me to this quote, and it's fair to remember, winters must be cold for those with no more memories. And I agree with this because usually when every day you wake up or you go somewhere, you want to have a good memory or any memories of what you did. Like for an example, like over spring break, you want to go travel or you want to hang out with your friends here and there. Some people do all that fun, exciting stuff, and some people that I know like to stay home. And then when they come back to school, people be like, oh yeah, I went over here, I did this with my friends, and they'd be like, what did you do? And people that I know, they'd be like, I just stay home. And people think like, oh, that's all you did, you just stayed home? And they'd be like, yeah. And then so that brings me to a point saying that usually when people just stay home, I'm going with that. Stay home, they don't have more memories because they don't do anything. They just let time go by or whatnot. And another example is, it's kind of harsh, say if you died or you passed on, people speak at your funerals. People like to leave like a good thought of themselves before they pass. Like, say for instance, somebody who you hung out with wasn't really doing anything, like let time go by, speaking out of you at their funeral, and people like to say, yeah, I remember this person for what they did, we had a blast, we did this, whatever, it sucks that they're passed, but we had fun whatever time I hung out with this person. And if you didn't have fun or whatnot, you didn't have no memories, people could just go up to your funeral and be like, yeah, I remember him for, damn, I can't really remember what he did. But that just brings me to a point that, you should live life to the fullest. Make sure you don't get in too much trouble, but make sure you have fun. And CJ signing off.
All right, CJ, I like the personal story that you have at the beginning. It gives you a chance to kind of relax and get into talking about your subject and get comfortable while you're up there. Because at first you don't really seem comfortable. You got your hand in your pocket. You're kind of looking away a bit. But the longer you're up there, I think the more you relax. And by the time you get to the topic and you make the transition to the topic, you actually are more engaged in what you're talking about. And I think that came across pretty effectively. On the content issues, you did have 2 or 3 points that you're talking about. There's a little bit of a structure there. On the spring break one, you had, it doesn't go very deep, but you've got a good hypothetical example that's going on. The other one, talking to people about a funeral sort of thing, I thought that worked as well as an illustration of those points that you're making. So again, maybe there would be if you had some particular examples or even some elaborate hypothetical example, it would work. But as far as you went, I thought that you did okay with it. And I thought you did a nice job presenting in a couple of spots. There's some nice inflection when you are trying to get a reaction from the audience, and you emphasize a particular word or phrase a certain way to make sure that they get that you're being facetious there. I thought that worked pretty well. It goes along very smoothly. Like I said, at the beginning, you seemed maybe a little anxious with your hand in your pocket and some of the gestures being repetitive, but the more you spoke, I thought that seemed to calm down a bit. I thought you were very animated in your facial expressions. You look at the audience for the most part. I think you do a good job there. I didn't see any obvious problems except for the one thing, like I said, about the anxiety and the hands in the pocket, that sort of thing, and that settled down. At the conclusion of the speech, you've got a pretty good summary, and you've got kind of a funny exit line. It's a little obvious, but it worked in this particular situation, you know. All right, Kirk 'em out.